National Master Glenn Beatty. Unapologetically Black Chess. Secrets. This is a match between Sweden and the Netherlands. Pontus Carson, 2502, versus Sokolov, Ivan, 2646. Pontus Carson, the grandmaster from Colombia who grew up in Sweden, versus Sokolov of the Netherlands. Carson plays the Scotch game and pressed Black's position for move 1. Can the higher rated Sokolov hold back Pontus' aggressions? Let's see. E4. E5. Knight F3. Knight C6, D4, the Scotch game, is the third most played move by White. Bishop to B5 is the first, and Bishop to C4 is the second. EX-D4, Knight X-D4. The Scotch is for the aggressive player who enjoys open positions and like to maintain the initiative. A powerful weapon in the hands of Grandmaster Carson. Knight to F6, Knight X C6. White can also play Knight to C3 instead of capturing on C6, as Knight to C3 is the most played move. Sokolov took with the B pawn. Now he can take with the D pawn. DX C6 is also moved, and we could take a look at a short game with DX-C6, Queen X, King X, F3, of course holding E4, Bishop E6, Bishop E3, Knight to D7, Knight to D2, Bishop to C5, King to F2, King to E7, Bishop to C4, H Rook to D8, A Rook to D1, A5, A4, Bishop X, King X. And if we look at this position, let's just take a moment to look at this position. White have a king side majority. White have 4-3 on the king side, and Black pawns are double on the queen side. So White is said to have a slight advantage here. I would think White will have a slight advantage because of any end game, White will have a majority on the king side. And let's go down. Let me show you. Let's examine this end game. Let's start here. If we examine this game, let's see how this happened. Now, White have a pass center E pawn, and Black still have these problems of double pawns. Correct? White won this game, by the way. And B6, he took, and now White plays C4, G5. This is a good move. That is a very good move. C5. You want triple pawns? Let's see what he played. He said no. He just moved his king over. He takes. Now, White is really just a pawn up, right? Because of these double pawns. Okay, H5, King E3, King back, King forward, King E6, King D3, and he is going to triangulate Black, and we could talk about that concept at another time. But so let's see, let's continue, and let's see how White went on to win this game. Check. That's an opposition, right? Now that's an opposition again, and we are going to basically give you the G pawn and mop up your queen side pawns, and it's time for you to call it in. Okay, you can call it a day at this position. So let's go back. Okay, but he took with the He took with the B pawn, E5. Now, he played E4 in the game, which is a main move. But I think Queen to E7 is a very good idea for black. And Queen to E2, Knight to D5, H4, Queen to E6. Now, the reason why the Queen to E6 works in this position is because White doesn't have a knight on G1 that can travel to F3 or G5 or D4, attacking the queen. So the queen is strong on E6 here. Knight, and this is what he played in the game. He played D6, but I like this type of idea. I like bringing the pawn to A5. I like bringing the pawn to A5. And I like bringing the bishop probably to G7. And this light squared bishop traveled to A6, attacking E2. That is the idea that I like for black. And this game went on, but we are going to go back to our game. Let's go back to our game. Okay, so Pontus Carson pushed, and he played knight to E4, queen to F3. This is all book. Knight to G5, queen to G3, knight to E6, bishop to D3, D5, 0-0, bishop to C5. He put the bishop on the active square. Bishop to C5, knight to D2, 0-0, knight to B3, bishop to B6, bishop to F5, king to F8, C3, fighting for the D4 square, knight to C5, bishop to C2, F5. I find this move F5 to be kind of strange, and I find it to be anti-positional. It just looks like an anti-positional move. It looks wrong. It really looks wrong. Because, first of all, you have blocked your bishop in. You're on white square bishop. But I guess the bishop can come to A6 or B7. And you gave me a pass E-pawn. You gave me a protected pass E-pawn. What did you get for it? I guess his idea is to play, I guess black's idea is to play knight to E6, bishop to B7, C5, D4. And the knight will stand well on E6. But white does not have to allow black to have that setup. He can play knight takes C5, bishop takes C5, and bishop to E3. Very simple idea. Now, white has to be for choice here because I have a simple F4 coming, and then I can play my rook to E1, and I'll just have a passed pawn. And I don't see what black have for my passed pawn, okay? But this is what the Grandmaster Sokolov played. He played F5. And Pontus Carson took. Now, I don't like taking either. I do not like capturing that pawn. But he captured the pawn. Queen takes, bishop G5, queen F7, knight takes, bishop takes, queen to H4. And this is where, I don't know if he's seeing ghosts or he just or Sokolov just overreact. But he played H6, which isn't a bad move by itself. But why not just bishop to F5? That is a simple move, and that move develop a piece. So I don't understand why he just don't play a simple move. But anyway, he played h6, and then Pontus followed by a rook to e1, king to g8, bishop to e7, g5, bishop takes, sacking the queen. Now, I don't know if this came as a shock or not, but I think it came as a shock, because I don't think he would want to play this position for black. I really think that he didn't see bishop takes f8. I just think he missed it. So he have to take the queen. Then bishop takes c5. Now, what did white obtain for the sacrifice lady? First of all, black king position is a mess. Just look at it. His king is living in a house without a roof. I wonder what his queen thinks. Can he hold this? That is the question. It is probably equal, but I would sure hate to play black. Develop, rook to e7, queen, bishop takes, queen takes, loof, making an escape square is always good in these type positions. Rook over. Yo, buddy, you want to trade? No, not really. Not now. Maybe next time. Queen to c2, rook back, queen to d3, rook check, bishop to d4. And now black have to be starting to sweat. He has to say, what did I do? Rook coming to h8, check. The other rook coming in the game. This is just very difficult. My king have an escape square, so there are no back rank mates. How will black hold the position? Let's see if he can hold. This is really a good move, though. This is a good move. Grandmasters will find a way. Sacrificing a pawn to gain play. You got to take basically queen, bishop back, c5. Excellent idea by the grandmaster. Now, where are you going to move your bishop? Because if you move your bishop, you are going to lose coordination with your rooks. Right? Because the bishop doesn't have a good square to go to. And Pontus played rook to c8, which is a very good move. But the silicone monster wanted to play check, 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 and bishop to e3, which is just winning. h6 is hanging. That is just a crushing position. But nothing wrong with what Pontus played. He played a good move. He said, okay, I'll just win your pawn. What you gonna do about it? But now, he did simplify the position. He liquidated two of white's queenside pawns. So that is important, okay? And then he played this move. And then he played queen to d2, a losing move. Rook check, rook check, rook check. Now, why did Pontus repeat the position? Well, because when you are winning, remember the rule of do not hurry. Take your time and allow your opponent to suffer in his worst position. His mood may affect his decisions. Therefore, always repeat moves when you are better. Always. Rook check, rook takes pawn, queen check, king up, queen check, king back, queen check, king back. Notice, Pontus once again repeated moves, even though he was going to play g3. Check, g3 now, h takes, and of course, king to g2, gx f2, and check. And this is forcing resonation of the game. This was a great game by Pontus Carson. Once he sacrificed his queen, Sokolov was forced to find the best move to protect his king. He failed in doing so and went down in flames. Please subscribe and like this video, and as always, good luck, good chess, cheers!